Hello guys, welcome back again. So today I'll be sharing with you guys this particular strategy which I've actually built. So and the most fascinating thing about the strategy is it actually works. Okay, so I'm aiming to target that high, but I intend not to be greedy because spike has actually occurred before, so I ought to be actually careful. All right. So I'm just trying to wait to see how it breaks that level above there. So when it breaks the area, what I'll do is I'll have to consider maybe closing. Okay. So right now we have actually broken the area and I might likely take my profit right now because the market is actually a strong downtrend. Okay. It's actually a strong downtrend and I've made some money. And I don't want to, I want like a situation whereby it will spike back to my entry or spike back and go to a loss. So the reasons why I actually took this trade is because the conditions for this strategy have actually been what met. All right. So that's why I actually took the trade. And I'm sharing this strategy out with you guys because a lot of you guys have been actually requesting for my boom and crash trading strategy. All right, so I think I'm just going to go ahead now and close it. So guys, so now this is boom 1000. Okay, the conditions of the strategy were met, so and I took the trade. Okay, and it's already playing out. It's playing out nicely, although I entered quite late. All right, but that notwithstanding, I know what I'm going for and I will just hold until I see anything otherwise. Then I will eventually close. Okay, so there's no point to be actually too greedy. All right, I'm just showing you the strategy, how it actually works. So there's more into it because there are areas where I actually thought. All right, so a spike has actually occurred now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to respectfully close this particular trade. Okay, because the trend is to the upside. We are counter trend trading using a strategy. Okay, our goal is to take probably 10-20 candles at most. All right, so I'm finally out and it finally spiked to the upside just as anticipated. So you just have to respect the rules of the strategy. Go for 10 candles, 20 candles. Don't be greedy at any given point in time. The market will always give you that. Okay, market will always give you 10-20 candles at most. And please guys, if you are new to my channel, I urge you guys to hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, okay, and also follow us on the Telegram channel. So guys, now I'm going to be teaching you the strategy itself, the strategy breakdown. All right, for this strategy one, so for the looking at this now, you wait forward the market, look at the market conditions. All right, the next thing you'll be looking at, you wait for a spike to occur, and then for the indicators to change over, and then the zero level cross. Okay, so I'm just going to take my time and teach that out for you guys so that you can actually get to understand. Now what you're actually looking at is you're looking at the crash 1000. Okay, I urge you guys to stay tuned and watch this video to the very end. Okay, so I just want to actually use this opportunity to teach you guys to a level which anybody can actually understand this and implement this without any difficulties or challenges. Okay, so right now we just want to actually look at this particular area. Okay, so we have a spike which did occur. Okay, we have that spike which led to a series of other spikes. Okay, we have the spike and that led to a series of other spikes. We have that spike, all right, and that other spike. So the next thing we're going to be looking at is we look at the indicator window. All right, this is a change of color part. Okay, this is a strategy. I'm just going to be teaching it to you. So it falls down to the RSI. Okay, and then it changes color from red to green. Okay, so and if you have actually bought because it changed color previously without all the other conditions being met, you have still been caught by what spikes. So you see that area it bought, okay, and you see this blue area, and then there was a spike which you're actually seeing, and then there was a buy which you see by those blue and the blue ticks on the awesome oscillator. So same thing, the spike occurred and so on and so forth. So finally the last condition is for what the crossover from the zero level of the awesome oscillator. Okay, so when that crossover happens, when that crossover happens, all right, guys, that's when you should be waiting to what, considering to take your buys. All right, so I've just, when the crossover happened from that red to green, from that red to green, and the cross of that zero level of the awesome oscillator, the cross of that zero level, that's when you should be what, considering to buy. Considering the fact that the Ichimoku in the indicator window has also crossed over, is then trading above the candles, trading below the candles, just the way you see it on the main chart. Okay, so that's that. You must wait for it to cross over, change color from red, and then to blue and green as the color change. You see that area, that point of crossing over, which also, and then the Ichimoku also pointing upward. That's the point which you actually take your buys. Okay, so I'm not rushing the strategy. I urge you guys to stay tuned, be patient, and watch this video to the very end. Okay, you're going to be learning a lot from it. So now when it crosses over, you take your buys. You can take your 10 candles, your 20 candles, as the case may be, and then you take your profit. Okay, take your profit as soon as the conditions are fulfilled. Okay, same thing happened here. All right, let me just break it down for you guys. Let me just break it down. So it's kind of okay for you not to be greedy. All right, taking 10 candles, 20 candles, just sticking to the game. All right, so right now what we are looking at is we have seen the color change. Okay, after the spike we have a color change. All right, and you see that spike led to these red colors which you actually see, and finally there was a color change. Okay, finally there was a color change which you're actually seeing. I hope you guys are paying attention. So after that, then there was a color change, and then there was a crossover of the zero level of what the awesome oscillator. All right, so when that crossover happens, the Ichimoku also must align, like the Ichimoku must be below the candles, indicating that the uptrend is about to begin. All right, then you should just dive in. Okay, take your 10 candles, your 20 candles, as the case may be, and you're out of the market. There's no point to actually be greedy at any given point in time. Okay, see, you enter at 10 candles and most. If we want to count those candles, you see that they're up to 10, or probably, yeah, they're up to 10. So let's count them. All right, so let's count from that point to 1. All right, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, you could be out. You just take your money and you're out of the market. Okay, so that's that. You don't be greedy, because the moment you decide to be greedy, you're going to be caught up by the spikes. So you don't want that to happen, guys. You don't want that to happen. You're trying to avoid all of that. Okay, let me show you some more examples. So looking at this, same thing happen, same scenarios, and you have to actually implement the same you have to go through the same process, implement the same thing. Nothing differs. All right, you just have to stick to the plan. The plan is for the conditions to be met. When the conditions are met, you actually take your trade. Okay, we have a series of spikes, and after that there was a color change, which you can actually see clearly on the chart. There was a color change in the indicator window, and we have a crossover of the awesome oscillator. So when that happens, what happened? You just have to go in alignment with what the strategy itself, which I've actually given to you guys. All right, please endeavor to hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're still following us. Okay, so you enter your buys, you take your 10 candles, your 20 candles, you're out of the market. So the next strategy which I'll be giving to you guys, but not in this video, is going to be about spike. I know you guys love to catch spikes because it's more faster, okay, and gives you a lot of money. So let's just finish with this first, then we can talk about that. And please, guys, also provide mentorship and the rest of that. If you an account management, please, if you like to key into any of that, please don't hesitate to follow us. All right, so let's go through the same process here. All right, let's analyze it. We have a series of multiple spikes, okay, and that was going on and on and on and on. Okay, and now what happened is, there was a change in color. All right, so after the multiple spikes, there was a change in color, which you can actually see on the indicator window. All right. So whatever is happening on the main chart is also reflected on the indicator window. Okay. So and then there was a crossover from of after the change in color, there was a crossover of the zero level. Okay, indicating that the price is actually pushing to the upside. Okay, ready to push to the upside. Then you can key in when the Ichimoku is now pointing above. Okay, then you can actually key in. Note this strategy, the awesome oscillator will not cross over, okay, if the market is not ready to move. Okay, so if the market is not ready to move, the awesome oscillator will not cross over. So you just have to be patient. Practice these on your demo account before you can actually implement these in the live market. Okay, practice these on your demo account before you can implement these in the live market. So I think that's that, but I think we should just try one more example before we go to something else. All right, try one more example before we go to something else. So please guys, I urge you guys to learn some price action, okay? Because the moment you learn some price action, you're gonna improve your chances of success, okay? You're gonna improve your chances of succeeding in this particular market, okay? So we have a series of spikes, all right, spikes. All that is reflected in the charts, okay? So the next thing you do is you wait for that crossover of the Ichimoku, of the awesome oscillator, like the crossover, right, from that level, that zero level. Okay, that's the moment which you're actually taking your trades, your 10 candles, your 20 candles, you're out of the market. All right, you don't have to be greedy. You can use a minimal lot size, yeah, but your goal is just to be consistent. The more you're consistent, the money keep coming in. Okay, so you make that, that's actually awesome. So now we are going to be looking at something else. Okay, let's look at something else. All right, let's look at Crash 1000. So that's where we're going to be stopping for this particular video. All right, we're not going to extend it more than that. So let's look at the Boom 1000. Sorry guys. So for the Boom 1000, first you have to consider the market condition. Like when I say the market condition, you have to check the higher time frame for the overall direction of the market. Okay, if the market is pushing to the upside, man, so I urge you guys not to actually take part in that unless you actually smart. But though the strategy works, okay, so like in this scenario, we have a series of spikes to the upside. Okay, we have those multiple spikes to the upside. Okay, and there was no crossover of that zero level. Okay, there was no crossover on the zero level. It only happens when the market wants to actually push a little bit to the downside. Okay, when that happens, that is fulfilled, it spikes. Okay, so you just have to wait for it to get to that, for that zero level cross. Okay, once that happens, my friend, you can just go in, take your 10 candles, your 20 candles, you're out of the market. There's no point at all to staying too long or to staying too short. Okay, there's no point at all. There's absolutely no point at all. So see, you have actually gotten your 10 candles, your 20 candles, as the case may be, man, and then you're out of the market. The market continues in its original direction. So knowing the market condition, overall market condition, actually gives you an edge. Okay, so now this is another example again. Let's look at this one. There was a spike to the upside, okay, and then there was a color change. So you have to wait for that crossover of the zero level. So there was that spike, and then you see it spiked also to our So it spiked also to our to our 98 level of the RSI. So and then there was a crossover, all right, of that zero level. So when that crossover and the Ichimoku on the main chart is just above as you're seeing it, you can just go for your 10 candles, your 20 candles, you're out of the market. No point to prolong, no point for too much drama. Okay, you're not fighting with the market. The market is always right. So you just have to stick to the rules of the strategy then you will be what? Profitable. Okay, so sticking to the rules of the strategy will give you an edge to be profitable. Okay, but when you decide to ignore the rules, therefore you find yourself either blowing your account or running in losses. So you have to avoid all of that. All right, so now we have a series of multiple spikes, and then there was a crossover. You take it. All right, even though in this particular case there were some multiple spikes, but it's still the price still delivered. All right, it's still delivered. That's to tell you how powerful this particular strategy is. Okay, this particular strategy is very, very powerful. Okay, so and it's one of my best strategy. Now we are looking at another example. Okay, there was a series of spikes which is actually reflected on the indicator window. There was a series of multiple spikes. It was actually reflected in the indicator window. So, and then there was a change in color, which you have to put all this into consideration. Okay, so, and now we have what? Our zero level cross. Okay, as you can see it, that's zero level, which I've actually, sorry guys, which I've actually taken time to actually explain over and over again. Okay, so was it this? I don't think so. Okay, I think this, yeah. So I think it was this. But the tools were supposed to be still here. So you see, you can just take your, I don't think it was actually that. Yeah, let's try this. This should be it, I guess. So, fuck. Okay, so now there was a cross. Okay, you can just take your, at that point in time, you can go in. All right, take your 10 candles, 20 candles, you're out of the market. Just keep repeating the same process over and over again. Then you find yourself being more profitable. Okay, so you find yourself being profitable on this particular strategy. So I urge you guys to stay tuned. Let me just share these settings of this indicator for you guys to actually get a grasp of it. All right, let me share the settings. All right, for the Ichimoku, we have the Tenkan-sen 9. Just copy the whole thing the way you see it, and then got the Tenkan-sen, Kinjo-sen, all of it 9. Fuel, you just have to leave it the way it is. All right, you don't have to, because if you open it, you see some more details which are not part of the strategy. Okay, so that's that. Now let me show you the Tenkan-sen, the settings for the Tenkan-sen. Okay, for the Tenkan-sen, the setting is we have the brown. I decided to choose the brown color. Okay, and then the level, I think, is the fourth level. Okay, and then the fourth level, I had to maintain the same settings for the King Johnson and the Chiku span. Why? Because we have the same settings. All right, we have the same settings. I just have to take it to the brown. Okay, brown, sorry. I think I just have to keep it to be the same color with the Tenkan-sen. King Johnson and Tenkan-sen have the same settings. And then the third zoom level for iPhone users, and for Android users, please endeavor to use the full zoom level. So for the Chuku span and then the Opcomo, your settings the level should be 0. It should be the background of your color, the background color same as that of your main chart. It should be the same with the background color, just like this. Okay, so the next indicator which we are going to be looking at should be the awesome oscillator. Okay, for this there are no levels. Okay, then the value up same as your candlestick, the value down should be same as your candlestick, so that to give you a precise understanding of whatever you're doing. Okay, so it has to give you a precise understanding of whatever you're doing. So there's no point to it, there's no too much to it at all. Okay, so the value up is green, value down for me is red. So the third pixel for iPhone users, all right, third pixel for iPhone users. So you're seeing this now. Then let's add the last indicator, which is not absolutely necessary, but if you just want to put it, no problem. So for this, we have the period 1, apply to close level. For the levels, we have the 20, the 10, the 80, and then the 90 level respectively. So this is this. Just put the whole thing the way you see it. Don't try to change anything. Don't try to alter anything, because if you alter the strategy, you won't have the same experience with the strategy the way I teach it. Okay, please and about to hit the like button, subscribe to this YouTube channel, all right, and also follow us on the Telegram channel. So stay blessed.